and getting to know your kids and everything. I think this is a great opportunity for us to learn how to homeschool our kids. And so what we decided to do, and I want to make sure everybody knows this, I'm going to mention this a couple of times, we decided that we would actually offer some free homeschool sessions for those of you that are looking for solutions on how to homeschool your kids. I'm not going to say that this situation, this unfortunate situation, is a blessing, but I will tell you what, a lot of times my best come-ups came during the times where I had my worst setbacks. Seriously, those times where you have a setback, where you sit back during the setback and you reflect and you look back and you think about your life, that's when you figure out who you are, what you want to do, and what you want to be. So basically, I think this is just me being extra black right now. I believe that this is an opportunity for you to consider the idea of possibly never sending your children back to those racist bastards that are abusing them in the school system ever again. Right now, is this session live or pre-recorded? It doesn't matter. I'm gonna say the same thing no matter what. Royal Clementine Law West Coast. That's a hell of a long name. Well, I love you too. She says, I love you, boys. Well, I love you too. I appreciate that love. Thank you so much. All right. Can we shout out our business? Well, you should have shouted it out right there. Then I would have shouted it. I would have read the whole sentence. You got to shout it out when you ask me to. Anyway, all right. So let's get started. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. Whatever platform you're on, please share this. Please push it around. If you're on Twitter, please retweet. If you're on Facebook, please share. If you're on YouTube or Instagram, hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. Let's get it started here. I want to take a minute to acknowledge the death of just a great black man by the name of Earl Graves Sr. Earl Graves Sr. Was the founder of Black Enterprise, and Black Enterprise is, they're the OGs in the game. Thank you, Andre Jennings. I appreciate your donation. Thank you very much, brother. They're just the OGs in all of this. I mean, they started a great organization that really served a valuable purpose in the community, and they kind of stood a little bit above some of the other media outlets that were out there, in my opinion, because I felt like they really worked hard to stay 100% black, or as black as they could be. They really represented the black community in a special way for a very long time. And Earl, unfortunately, he just passed. I think he was about 84 or 85 years old. And can we just give like a digital round of applause? Thank you. Just clap for the man. I don't know if we should clap, or I don't know what the thumbs up. Give him something digitally. Tap something in your computer just to acknowledge the fact that, we have to be so respectful and appreciative of anybody who came before us, who paved the way for us. Because remember, Earl Graves, I believe, was born in 1935 or 1936. I hear black folks now talking about how hard it is to be black in 2020. And I'm not gonna say it's easy. Especially you out here trying to be white, you trying to blend in, you trying to integrate. Then yeah, they're gonna abuse you. When really you should be building your own, right? That way, you get to make the rules. But hey, we'll talk about that later. But can you imagine being 30 years old, in 1965, or 20 years old in 1955? And really trying as a black man to accomplish anything, to even get a job, to even remain gainfully employed. And not only did he do that, but Earl, actually, I read his bio, and I was super impressed. This man started businesses when he was young. He made a deal. He was selling flowers on campus. I don't remember what school he went to, though. I got to look it up. But whatever the school that he went, the university he went to, now that I mentioned, I should probably, Morgan State. So I think at Morgan State, he was selling, he started off at the age of 7 selling boxed Christmas cards for his uncle. And so he got his entrepreneurial spirit from his family. That's why I tell you guys that your family members, your loved ones will either get you paid or keep you broke. Your loved ones will either make you successful or keep you in the abyss of failure. What you pass on to your children will stick to them like the mother freaking coronavirus. Whatever you pass to your children will infect them and affect them for life. So he had a loved one who loved him enough, an uncle who got him started as an entrepreneur at an early age. I encourage you, if anybody in here that wants to be a wealth builder and wants children to have that same mindset, read the bios of people that you admire. Read the bios of successful Black people. And I read every bio. Every time I see a Black man or a Black woman that's done something interesting, I read their bio carefully because I'm like, where's the turning point? Where's the little fork in the road where they could have went down the typical Negro path? They could have ended up destitute, broke, struggling, mad at white people. Like, well, we all get mad at white people because, they just, white people ain't gonna stop acting white, right? But they could have went down the typical path, but something happened that sent them down the extraordinary path. So, for example, I remember I spoke at this event for A.G. Gaston down in Birmingham, Alabama. Now, they were smart enough to never invite me again because they know that I say what's on my mind. And I think at that time I said something that I basically called out Lizzo's coonery. And I think their corporate sponsors got a little bit nervous. And I don't blame them. You shouldn't invite me in as a speaker unless you're ready for 100% truth. And so anyway, when I was down there, they were honoring this great Black man every child should know about. Your children need to know about this Black man tomorrow by the name of A.G. Gaston. A.G. Gaston was a brother that was worth tens of millions of dollars in like the 1950s and 1940s. Black people just didn't have that kind of money at that time. Well, when I was reading A.G. Gaston's life story, it made sense. You see, A.G. Gaston was on the typical Negro path. He was going to go and maybe, wash clothes for white people, maybe drive them around in their fancy cars or whatever. And when he was about 12 or 13 years old, his mother took him with her when she went to go work for these Jewish people. And the Jewish family basically said, no, you don't want to make your money doing like working for other people. We're going to show you how to make money the flyway. Remember that song, Making Money the Flyway, right? So they showed him how to make money as an owner, as an investor, not as a laborer. And so A.G. Gaston took what he learned in that situation when they gave him the game, and he turned that into a multi-mega million dollar empire, right? So a lot of times that one little person in your life that flips the script for you is the person that elevates you to that next level. So for Earl Graves, it sounds like he had an uncle, at least one relative, who loved him enough to say, let's figure out a way you can make money as an independent Black man and not as a high-paid slave, because that's what we teach a lot of our kids. So anyway, so when Earl was at Morgan State, one thing I noticed is that, well, they said, number one, he made a name for himself as an entrepreneur. Now, this is on his Wikipedia page. So if you don't believe Wikipedia pages, then this doesn't matter. But this is what I found, and that's what I'm going to read here. They're usually kind of right on most issues. So anyway, so he was selling flowers, and pay attention. Listen. I want you to listen to this. Realizing that there was a big market for flowers during homecoming week, he went to 2 competing local florists and cut deals with both to sell flowers on campus. For a percentage of the profits, the florist provided the flowers while Graves covered the campus. Do I need to repeat this so you can understand how significant that statement is? There's so much nuance there. Maybe I see it because that's what, I'm a finance professor. That's what we do. I see these things. Pay attention. Realizing there was a big market for flowers during homecoming week. That means that Earl wasn't doing sort of what we typically are trained to do. Earl could have been out sniffing for a job. Y'all hiring? Y'all, how much y'all paying? How much can I get for an hour? I could work 50 hours a week for you, son. He wasn't doing that. He was sniffing, he wasn't sniffing for job applications. He sniffed out opportunities. You see, that's a cultural thing. That's something he got from his uncle, who taught him the game when he was 7. When his uncle had him teaching him how to sell greeting cards door to door, whatever they were doing, that taught him to realize that a job is not just something somebody gives you. A job is something that you can create for yourself or create for other people. So Earl paid attention. He noticed that there was an opportunity, and he saw that there was a market demand. If you have, and this is the best thing to teach your kids, teach your children to look for opportunities. Teach them to spot out demand. Like, okay, wait a minute. You know what? Everybody in here is thirsty. So if I can get some bottled water, I could buy these bottled waters for 25 cents and sell them for $1. right? That's all an entrepreneur does. And then it's just rinse and repeat at that point. In fact, I want to bring David Banner back in here one day just to talk about business, because I did an event with David Banner. It was me, David, and I kind of swore Dr. Claude Anderson was supposed to be there. Or I don't think Dr. Anderson was at that event. But anyway, I laughed at, we were talking. I said, it was like between speeches, and I whispered to him, I said, it's funny that people think business is complicated. I said, it's really just buy low, sell high, and rinse and repeat. Just keep doing it over and over again. And he just kind of laughed, and he said, yeah, he said, I buy my t-shirts for this much, I sell them for that much, and that's how I make my money. So I think that one of the biggest misconceptions I've seen from people is that you have to go to business school to know how to do business. Right now, that can help you. I'm not telling you that can't help you. It helps you kind of organize your money, and to get an accountant and a lawyer and how to file the LLC and all that. So business school can teach you a few little things, but really it's kind of just understanding where the opportunities are. Where is the demand, right? So Earl, and this is a shout out to this brother. I like reading his bio. Very smart black man. So he saw there was a big market for flowers. He saw that during homecoming week, everybody wants flowers. He went to both competing florists and he cut deals with both of them. So he didn't pick one or the other. He wasn't looking for a job. He was looking for a deal. So he made a business deal and said, look, I see that, number one, these kids need flowers. Number two, you need to sell flowers. So number three, I'm gonna be the middleman, and I'm going to engage in what we call in finance, it's a term called arbitrage. I'm going to go to you and serve as the middleman. I'm going to be the connect, like the Colombians for the dope dealers. And I'm going to go and I'm going to get flowers from you at this price, and I'm going to sell them over here at that price, and we're going to split the profit. That's how we're going to do this. That way everybody wins. We're going to make a business deal. So what I'm seeing there is a lot of dynamics. One, the ability to spot demand and opportunity. Two, the ability to bring people together, right? He's bringing together the producers. He's bringing them together with the consumers. When you create markets, that's a great way to make money. And Earl saw this, and that was the beginning of his life as an entrepreneur. So then he went on to serve on the Small Business Association's advisory board, which I think is a great role, because then you kind of get a way to sniff out where the resources are. If you're on the SBA, I think that Black people who are wired into the Small Business Association, and also I remember I spoke one year at the National Black Chambers of Commerce. I think those are really valuable organizations because they tend to know like where that government money is, right? Like I think that a big chunk of our reparations should be tied up in the ability of Black businesses to obtain loans, right, and funding. So the SBA and Chambers of Commerce, they tend to be pretty good at helping people obtain that capital, as well as all the other structural things that can benefit you as a business owner. So that's what Earl did. And then later on, I think about 1970, he started Black Enterprise, pretty much to tell the story of Black people from an economic standpoint. So I ain't nothing new. I ain't nobody. He was doing this back when it was hard. He was doing it back before I was even a baby. He was doing it back when white folks would damn near kill you for trying to build anything. My job is easy. And my job is easier because Earl Graves did it when the job was hard. So shout out and ashe to this brother for paving the way for people like me to come along and do what we do. So there's more out there about his life, and I really hope you guys will go look into this brother. He did a great job with Black Enterprise. Black Enterprise is an excellent publication. I know a guy named Alfred Liggins. I think that was his name. That's the only person I know over at Black Enterprise. But if you are from Black Enterprise and you see this video, I want to just give you guys a salute and say that I really appreciate the great work that you all do. I have a lot of respect for Black Enterprise. So with that said, another OG in the game that I think everybody should love and respect. You've seen him on this channel. I'm going to be on his podcast tomorrow. He has a power podcast. His name is George C. Frazier. And I have it on my Instagram. My Instagram is The Real Voice Watkins, and you can get the details on my Instagram. I'm going to look it up right now. Hit the thumbs up button if you can. Please hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button. And yeah, I'll be on the Power Podcast tomorrow. And it looks like the website is watchpowerpodcast.com. That's watchpowerpodcast.com. It's April 9th at 7 p.m. And so I'll be his special guest tomorrow or he'll be the special host. I ain't special. I'm just a guy running his mouth. And so, but we're going to be on tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on watchpowerpodcast.com. And I just love George Frazier because I think what George also teaches you is extremely important for you to understand as Black people. He teaches Black folks how to really do something that your master never wanted you to do, that the slave plantation owners taught you not to do, which is to come together and to work together and to do things together. And so when I listen to George, I feel like I'm hearing a guy who teaches us the importance of preserving, building, and maintaining relationships. And I'm just a big fan of that, and I have a lot of respect for that because that's a weakness of our community. And I think, and if you want to see examples of that weakness, just look at the divorce rate. Look at how high the divorce rate is. Look at how high the baby mama, baby daddyism is. If you can get together to make a damn baby, then you should be able to stay together to build a damn relationship. But we can't do that because everybody want to fight. Everybody wants to, to say Black men ain't shit, Black women ain't shit. Well, I'm sorry, but if you're reproducing with another person, you probably should not reproduce with people who ain't shit. That's just my 2 cents. But then again, I'm speaking from my own experience. I had a child out of wedlock, so I'm a hypocrite my damn self. So all of us have this issue. All of us have this slave thinking, and we got to grow out of that. That much I know. Also, I want to mention to you guys, some of you have been asking how to buy shares of stock. I want this. Here's what I really want, and I need you to give me a verbal commitment in the chat that you're going to do this. I want to be able to brag and say that the Black people that watch me on my YouTube channel or my Instagram have a higher stock market participation rate than the average American. I want to be able to say that the percentage of people that watch me online, and so I'm holding you accountable right now, the percentage of people that watch me online that invest in the stock market is higher than the general population. Why? Well, because I study stock market investing. That is the area of expertise that I had when I wrote my dissertation at Ohio State University. And I can tell you without any doubt whatsoever that the difference between wealthy people and non-wealthy people is stock market participation. So the best thing you can do for your children right now, don't wait till Tuesday, do it today or tomorrow, is to introduce them to stock market investing. So if you are an investor already on a regular basis, say yes, just say something in the chat. Let me know that you're already doing it. If you're not, that's just tell me that I will. Just say I will. Either say yes, you are, or I will, that you will start investing. If you don't know how to buy your first share of stock, there is a free training you can get. You can learn for free at firstshareofstock.com. That's firstshareofstock.com. You go in there, it asks you just put in your email address, and then it takes you to a video that it doesn't cost you anything to watch the video. And it's a great video. Everybody loves it. About 800,000 of you have watched the video. I want to see 10 million people watch this video because it will show you you're going to love it. I know you're going to love it because I saw 3,000 comments from people that loved it. So you're going to love it. You're going to learn. And then I want you to get on your phone. I want you to get on Cash App. I want you to get on Acorn, Stash, Robinhood. I don't give a shit. And I want you to go in there and I want you to buy your first share of stock so you can feel the power of being an owner. I don't want you complaining about what America does to you. I want you to also have a stake in the prosperity of America. I don't want you to get mad because rich people are getting richer. I want you to say, well, we're all getting richer because we're all invested in the same stuff. We're all in the same boat. Okay. So then at that point, so level one means that you buy some shares of stock, right? Whatever amount you want. You can buy actually on Cash App. You can spend $1. You can buy $1 worth of stock. Just be like, I did it, right? Just a Dr. Dow voice ain't gonna mess with me no more, right? But then the next level is to invest consistently, some consistent amount, maybe the same amount of money you spend on fast food. I don't care, but do something consistent because here's what's happening when you do that. And if you stick with that new way of investing or that new way of sort of dealing with your money, you're setting your family up for several generations. You're literally breaking a cycle. You're literally creating something that is going to develop into long-term prosperity and a new way of viewing wealth that's going to last long after you're gone. So do that one thing for your kids and your grandkids. If you care about me, if you're here on this channel because there's something about this channel that you like, there's something about me that you trust. You may not even like me, but you know I'm not stupid. So I will tell you, I put it on everything that I love, including my late grandmother. And I don't put stuff on my grandmother unless I'm serious. Stock market investing is the key pathway to wealth. That's the difference between those who become wealthy and those who stay poor. So go do that. Give me a yes or no that you're going to do this or that you're going to continue doing this so that we can be on the same page. I don't just want you watching. The website is firstshareofstock.com. That's firstshareofstock.com. Somebody please type that in so other people can see it. It's firstshareofstock.com. Should we invest weekly? You can. You can invest weekly. You can invest monthly. You can invest daily. It doesn't matter. The idea is consistency. If you're consistent, then you will win. All the studies show this. I could do the math for you, but there's like, that would be unnecessary. There's just too much there. All right, guys. So I'm about to go. Shout out to Earl Graves, Ashe, to this great black man. And thank you guys for listening. And I hope you guys have a great night. And I will see you all very, very soon. Make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, hit the share button, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.